Hello, great people. Members of the Lagos State House of Assembly seems to be daring President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the leaders that are allegedly backing the removed speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly that's forcefully reinstated himself, Mudashiru Obasa. In a moment, I will play you a video where the lawmakers are emphatic in their submission that they reject Obasa in its entirety. Then when we come back, we'll be looking at what could be given the lawmakers this effrontery and what is the fate of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and those backing the reinstatement of Mudashiru Obasa in all of this. And we'll be looking at the political dynamics of Lagos State, the 2027 effect of all this. We'll be dissecting these issues and a whole lot more on this episode of Politics with your show blog Dr. Moshola. If you are yet to subscribe, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel. Let's watch the video of the members of the Lagos State House of Assembly where they emphatically stated that they reject the leadership of Mudashiru Obasa. Let's watch it.
We all belong to different constituencies and we have our mandates. And whatever has to happen, the leadership should speak with us and not this charade that we are seeing. We are not happy and we are already demystified. We are shocked to see what is happening, despite the fact that this is Lagos. This is the center of excellence. This is where everything starts and it stops. We've been law-abiding. We've not gone out of our way. We've not done anything against the state or against anybody. But we also want to be respected, to be given our dignity, to be shown that we were elected. So I'm appealing to the leadership of our party that we cannot continue this way. We are all here, you can see us. These are honorable members, few of us that are not here are here. So anything that happens, they've taken us to court. And it is for us to let the process follow its due course. But what we are seeing today is a charade. It's uncalled for. It's an embarrassment. Because for me to even enter the gate, I was stopped and told by security operatives that I cannot enter the House of Assembly. It's an embarrassment, and this must stop. We've said it clearly. We are not against the leadership's decision, but they should call us and tell us to our face, and not us hearing rumors. We are not against leadership decisions. It is the leadership. They took us here. They are our leaders, and we still stand. They nominated us, and we still stand with their decisions, but not to do it this way. We were embarrassed. So thank you, gentlemen. And
we hereby reject Obasa.
We reject Obasa.
We reject him in totality.
We reject him.
Let's go.
We reject him.
Thank you very much. We reject him.
Thank you.
There you have it. The video you just watched is the lawmakers of the Lagos State House of Assembly rejecting the leadership of Mudashiru Obasa. Now, this video can either hit you from two sides. It's either you are laughing or you are sympathizing with the politician. Now, if you are laughing, that means that you are thinking that, oh, the Lagos State House of Assembly members seems to be having some courage. They seem to be having, a voice. They seem to be speaking out for themselves as regards rejecting the reinstatement of Mudashiru Obasa. But if it hits you hard and you are pitying them, that means that you are looking at it from the angle that, oh, this press conference that you guys granted, you guys may eventually pay for it, particularly if the president is the one backing Mudashiru Obasa. But what I can say is that indeed there would be consequence if these lawmakers that are allegedly, installed by the different leaders of APC in Lagos State, who themselves are political boys of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, there will be consequence for them. The consequence will be beyond measure because Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as the president, is in control of the police, is in control of the DSS, the military, and everything. And of course, it will be a large determinant. You know, get what, when, and how in Lagos State in 2027. So the first thing to think is, did these lawmakers confirm before speaking? Else there will be consequences. Did they confirm whether it was Tinubu that is behind Obasa's statement, or whether it is Remi Tinubu or Sheyi Tinubu or any other person that has the heart of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his hands? Is it one of those persons that gave Mudashiru Obasa the go ahead. If they don't confirm and it happens to be one of those persons, then that their press conference would have will come with great consequence. You may want to ask yourself that, but then shouldn't they be independent? But the truth is that, are they themselves a product of independence? Are they themselves a product of genuine, true democratic process? So they are crying because Mudashiru Obasa, the monster that they all created in the APC in Lagos State, allegedly forced his reinstatement. But then they themselves, they've forgotten that they may not be the best in their constituency. They too were allegedly forced on some people. So they are crying against what they themselves are beneficiaries of. So in this instance, it is the Lagos State people, the people in Lagos State, that have the right to clamor, to say, oh, yes or no, to say this is right or wrong. Not even these lawmakers, because they are all birds of the same feather. They themselves, they may have acted worse than Obasa if they happen to have the kind of backing that Obasa has. So do they confirm? Because nobody will pity them when the president decide to wield the beefsteak on them. But don't mistake me. What the lawmakers are doing is the ideal thing in a democracy, but they themselves, as I said, are they a product of an ideal democratic process? The answer is no, because Obasa can't be acting without required backing. Let us look at it. All of a sudden, you've been impeached by majority of your colleagues. You haven't gotten their consent, and you just woke up one morning and you just decide to go and reinstate yourself, and you are going there with the police, with the DSS, and agents of government that is directly under the control of the president. Some of you don't know that the DSS is like a property of the president. If you look at the constitution of Nigeria, the DSS is created to satisfy the president, to obey the commands of the president. So for the DSS to be allegedly involved in the reinstatement of Obasa, it shows that Obasa has some strong backing, because he can't be acting. He can't have that confidence. He can't have that courage to act without required backing. It is revealed that Mudashiru Obasa is one of the favorite politicians of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos State, and that they've been together since the days of SDP, when Bola Ahmed Tinubu was contesting to be a senator. But then again, according to the meeting that Tinubu had with the leaders of APC, Tinubu was convinced that Mudashiru Obasa, if he can't kind of like bring about a cordial relationship between himself and his colleagues, then anything that happened to him is fake. But then things have suddenly changed, and Obasa is being backed by the police and the DSS, while the security details of the speaker that has the majority support, Mojisola Miranda, has been withdrawn from her. So that itself leaves more to question. Now, the people, they can't reject Obasa if Tinubu wants him. Let us be sincere with ourselves. Let us say it the way it is. If Tinubu wants Obasa returned as Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, those lawmakers, they are just blabbing. There's nothing they can do about it, because the president is the president, and he has all the powers at his disposal. So all these press conferences that they are granting, and they are saying they reject Obasa as Speaker, it is just only one call. They will just call them to a meeting, and a call will be placed across to the president, and Tinubu will just give a statement, go and reinstate Obasa as the Speaker, and he will just cut, and nobody will be able to say no to that, because they themselves are a product of the political dynasty of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Perhaps if Bola Ahmed Tinubu wasn't the president, if it were Buhari era, they may want to go against his political interest, and some lawmakers will go and rebel against Bola Ahmed Tinubu and try and go and side with those that don't want Bola Ahmed Tinubu to emerge as president at that point in time. But in this case, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the political leader in Lagos State, the political godfather of Lagos State, the political leader of APC, and the number one of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the power of the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is one of the top as regards presidents all over the world. So these people, they really have no voice of their own if the president truly wants Mudashiru Obasa return as Speaker. But then Obasa mode of returning as Speaker is wrong. It leaves a lot to be questioned. It leaves a lot to be desired. Even if you want to return as Speaker, you cannot return in a Gestapo style. You cannot lord yourself over your colleagues and and think that they will be pleased with that. So for me, even if Obasa is going to return, what happens to dialogue? What happens to negotiating with your colleagues? What happened to political alignment with your fellow colleagues? What happened to persuasion? But for you to think that you can now lord yourself over your colleagues, at the end of the day, if the crisis goes deeper, you yourself will not occupy that particular seat. At least they would achieve that. You yourself, that you are trying to lord over that people, may not occupy that particular seat when the crisis is getting too much. And don't forget that the president is seeking re-election, and the president himself will not want to do away with the support of the majority of the people, despite the fact that he can have his way he can have his way of installing Obasa if he truly wants to. But then I believe that the president, being a political strategist that he claims to be, will want to be careful in such a way that you would not want to have Obasa and sacrifice others, and sacrifice the support of others. So that means that the president, at the end of the day, may be in a dilemma on which way to turn. So for me, I think Obasa acted in a desperate manner, because his reinstatement should have been witnessed by the leadership of the party. The plenary should have resumed. Even if Tinubu wants him, all the political behind the scene negotiations should have been done. Then he would resume. The leadership of the party will be there. Mojisola Miranda, having done the behind the scene negotiation, would resign her position, and Obasa can then take over, or another speaker can emerge. But for you to do it in the manner that Obasa has done it, leave a lot to be desired, and that itself has further, strained the relationship between him and its colleague. But may the best happen to the people of Lagos State. This is an unfolding event, and do well to subscribe to this channel so that I can always bring you up to date on everything that's happening. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.